he might not happen, and it might be because he doesn't have enough charisma or he never develops fully or fans lose interest because he's just doesn't have crowd connection or isn't fully developed. But he looked really good at the Dome. And I'm not willing just to chalk all of that up to Evil, even though I think Evil is twice the talent of Ren Narita. Okay? And it's a shame that Evil left because he would have been wrestling Evil for the rest of the year. We know that. Now he's going to be wrestling Ren Narita for the rest of the year. And that's a steep drop-off. And it doesn't help him. But there's no way I would have done this. And the fact that this was more of an angle than a match where they had him get jumped before the bell and then it was a short squash. This wasn't really a match. This was a extended angle. It shows me that they didn't really have faith in him to have a real match against Ren Narita. And maybe they didn't have faith in Ren Narita. I don't know what it is, but it was concerning to me that they didn't even let this guy go out and have a match. And then they took the title off him and beat him. His first loss should have been a big deal. His first loss should have been something they build towards and made a big deal. This guy should have been pushed hard for as long as they need to, even if he wasn't ready. Because they don't have anything else.
He's got to be ready. I keep making this point. He has to be ready. You have to accentuate the positives and hide the negatives with him. You have to.
Yeah, and sticking him in this long-term give-and-take feud with the tired act of House of Torture is doing him absolutely no favors. And if you're that concerned that the guy can't go out there and have a 15-minute title match on a show like this, if you're that concerned about that, why are you booking him with House of Torture to begin with? Because he's not going to get any better working those style of matches. Why don't you have him in there programmed with people he can learn from? Put him in there with Yuji Nagata. Put him in there with Satoshi Kojima. Put him in there with fucking Togi Makabe. Have him wrestle that generation of guys. Guys that you can safely beat because they're down-cycled anyway. But if you want this guy to get better, have him work Yuji Nagata on all these Road 2 shows. Have him programmed with him and then have a big singles match at the end where Yuji Nagata can carry him through and make him look good. What is all this House of Torture stuff doing for him if you don't have confidence in him? It's smoke and mirrors bullshit. Western style garbage. He's not going to get any better doing that. So it doesn't make sense to me from that standpoint. Now, what I was thinking when this happened was, all right, they're establishing Ren Narita as the clear leader of House of Torture with Evil gone. But you're prioritizing that over your meal ticket?
Mm-hmm. They are.
It's more important to you to make sure that the House of fucking Torture has a new leader at the expense of the reason you're on network television next month and the reason you were on network television last month? That is booking malpractice. Fuck Ren Narita. He's a nobody. He's just a guy on the roster. He's never going to be anything. We all know this. He's a fucking guy on the roster and always will be. Fuck the House of Torture. It's a tired act. You should have taken this opportunity to break it up. Instead, you're letting it drag this guy down. You are playing with fire, booking this guy this way with these people. You're playing with fire because the public might lose interest in this. The casual fans that you've brought back might lose interest in this and say, what has pro wrestling become? I was a fan when Tatsumi Fujinami was a star. I was a fan when Kazuchika Okada was a star, or Shinsuke Nakamura, or Hiroshi Tanahashi, or Antonio Inoki, or Riki Choshu. And what is this? I want to see Aaron Wolf wrestle. Instead, he's getting jumped before the bell and getting hit in the head with a fucking nail board. I don't know what this is. You're going to run those people off. All these new eyes you're drawing, you're going to piss it away. This was so bad, indescribably bad, and the wrong decision. Who the fuck cares about ensuring that the House of Torture still looks strong and has a leader? Give me a fucking break. They don't matter. There's not a star among them, especially with Evil gone. You could make the argument for Evil if you wanted to. This is your meal ticket. This was gross. This was a gross piece of business. It's indefensible. Yeah, he's probably going to win it back at Dominion in front of that audience. But didn't you just tell that story at Wrestle Kingdom? We're going to do the same match we did at Wrestle Kingdom, except this time he's beating Ren Narita instead of Evil. This is all we got? These are the ideas we have for this guy? For fuck's sake, man, get him in there with Yuji Nagata or Satoshi Kojima or somebody that he can learn
Takagi.
from.
Somebody in the chat says Shingo Takagi.
Goto. How about Hiroki Goto?
Perfect.
Okay, why isn't he wrestling these people and having programs with them where he can learn and get better if that's your concern? Because clearly they're concerned. And no, we reviewed all the Road 2 shows, and I didn't think he looked great on the Tour and those Ant-Man tags, but how can anybody look great with the House of Torture? Did he stand out? No. He stood out at Wrestle Kingdom. Give the guy a fucking chance. And this is not giving the guy a chance. I found this to be downright deplorable, the way that they laid this out and booked it and took the title off of him that fast. Pretty gross. Pretty dumb. And I think of all of Gato's sins, of which I think are a little overrated, I think Gato's biggest crime is pushing people too slow. This was the worst decision he's made in maybe a half decade. This was awful.